Hey, Jules Bliss Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So hello, people. We are in the middle of a happiness challenge. It was 30 days of spreading happiness and being the recipients of that joy, because inevitably it comes back to you, right? When you dare to be kind, it comes back to you. I find that to be true. Not always. Give anyway, because it's who you are. But if you happen to benefit or be blessed back, it's a tremendous gift. So you are not required to be on this day, not even in this month. But for those of us who have been going along with this, we were on day 12, which was to buy an extra item and donate it to a local food bank. And I suggested, as I will to those of you who are just joining us, that you can certainly buy something. You're going to buy it anyway, especially if it has like a 2-for-1 and you don't necessarily need the second one. Set it aside. I do this all the time. My husband will suddenly decide that he just hates a certain food and he's like, just throw it away. And I'm like, dude, it's not even open. Do not throw it away. I'll donate it to church. Do not throw it away. We can give it to a food bank. So whatever it is, grab that free item off the shelf, whether you need it or not, and set it aside for when you can donate it. As we know, it's a very difficult time. It may be very difficult for you at this time of the COVID, and everything is precious. So that was the encouragement for today. For tomorrow, because I like to say a day ahead, is see how many different people you can smile at today. How many people you can smile at. So just have an awareness that coming upon people, you're smiling, approaching people that you're going to communicate with, you're smiling. One thing you'll find is that they are far more open and receptive to whatever it is, whatever you're about to say, whatever you're approaching them for. A smile is just, and there's probably science behind it. And in fact, I did a video on smiling. Yes, I did, the power of smiling. You can put in Jules Bliss Vegan Smile. It was over a year ago. But I remember there were actually endorphins and even relaxing chemicals that were released in the body with smiling. It's a very powerful tool. You're going to just keep a quiet record for yourself of how many people you will smile with. And just in reminding yourself to smile, it will actually ease your day. It's a pretty fantastic one. So as always, these are free, they're lovely, and they're spreading happiness in a very necessary world. And it runs through Christmas Day, which is beautiful. At the same time, we are in the middle of my personal 12 days of abstinence. Yes, Christmas is important, but this is pre-Christmas with Jules' 12 days of abstinence. I'm actually sharing with you a really fantastic article. It's the Overeaters Anonymous checklist for strong abstinence. And what other kind would you want, right? I mean, everybody wants strong abstinence. Again, abstinence is just to abstain from a behavior or a literal item that is provoking you and leading you in the wrong direction, right? For mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health. So whether that is food, alcohol, pills, sex, obsessive compulsive behaviors, certainly codependency, any of those things, gambling, the list goes on, and you have a desire to abstain from that with strong abstinence, this is for you. Okay, but it is a checklist, and I'm happy to use it. So I have many tools that I've been using to stay well, and I'm happy to report that once again, I was completely abstinent just for today. And that's my greatest tool, is to remember that I'm only required to live for today. If I have temptations, there's many things that I use, and I've been sharing them several times. Everything from avoiding my monkey mind by pre-writing my food the day before, which gives the monkey, and of course the primal brain, which the monkey represents, an opportunity to adjust to what it is I plan on eating. If I break what I planned, it puts the monkey right in there to start causing trouble and saying, well, you already broke it anyway. We might as well stay out today. I mean, come on. You. And it's like, hoo, 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 monkey. That's a no. At the same time, I've been doing the Urge Jar by Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School. And it is fantastic. And the way that this works, again, is by writing that food the night before and remembering that these are only to celebrate the urges that you have avoided. It's never a punishment. It's never a takeaway. You don't take some out if you blow it. And at the end, you don't reward yourself with toxic food, okay? You just simply rejoice that you filled the jar, empty it, and start again. It's a really brilliant practice. You can see I have had several urges. These are all the things that tempted me that I did not stop to engage in, which is fabulous. In addition to all of that, and as always, don't be overwhelmed. I've been doing this for a while, and this is what I need in this moment, but by no means am I suggesting you do all of them. Certainly not initially. You can look up any of these. Look up Jules Blessed Vegan, Monkey Mind, Jules Blessed Vegan, the Urge Jar, Jules Blessed Vegan sticker calendar. Like, all of these will come up in just the regular search engine. You don't have to be on my YouTube page. But I will happily give myself another sticker because I have a right to rejoice in choosing wellness. So you can see this is my December stickers, and I have been clean the entire month. And luckily, I really have been clean the whole month. I haven't had any like little side notes. Sometimes I'm mostly clean, like this one was from November. And sometimes I'm mostly clean, but then I have these ones that say try harder. Or maybe it'll just say that I did okay. And the try harder or the okay days, okay is like I probably had something cooked. It wasn't ideal, but it was technically vegan and abstinent. And then certainly the try harder days are where I just was not successful at all. So the stickers is another great one. And then, of course, finally, no matter what, is recording my food in a journal. Again, the night before is ideal because it sets up yourself for success. So anyway, let's go ahead and go down that checklist. Have I been abstinent today? Praise God, yes. Did I pray and meditate today? Absolutely. I actually walked 8 laps during lunch recess on the field at school, and I ran for 2 of those, which is like, hello, this lusciousness running? No one was around, just me, God, and a bunch of birds going, what is that? Hey, it's me running. It was pretty fantastic. So I said my rosary while I was going around the field. I usually listen to the Mass on my way to school, which is why it's so good when I actually drive to school. And it says, am I maintaining and working towards a healthy body weight? Yes, I am. I always say 128 because I'm 5'7". The first 5 feet is 100 pounds for anybody. Each additional inch is anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds, depending on your bone structure. I decided I'm about medium. 7 times 4 is 28. 128. Will it be less than that at some point? I don't know. Will I hang out a little above that? I don't know. But I've been putting that into my brain, saying we're going in that direction. Did I rely on my higher power to get or stay abstinent today? I absolutely did. I was really busy and I was intermittent fasting. My day got away from me. I had to run errands. All of a sudden it was 6:30 at night and I had a lot of prayer going down to stay clean on that. And then again, my first meal, did not taste right. And it's sad because it's something I've enjoyed on many occasions, but I was just like, this is a no. So once again, my pig Luna really was so happy. But I did make a second dinner, which actually was delicious and very simple, very simple. And so I'm happy that that worked out and I was able to honor myself and my plan. I generally do like an 80-10-10, right? So 80 in carbs, 10 in fat, and 10 in proteins. And I absolutely stayed there between 14 and 1600 calories. That may not be your story. I'm a person, as I suggested, who's trying to drop weight. That seems reasonable. Sometimes I go a little higher, sometimes I go a little under, but I try and stay right around there. Okay, so is what I'm doing working for me to remain abstinent? Absolutely. because this is a good streak for me. It's actually, I don't want to think too much about it because, again, this is only one day at a time. And if I get too into it, my lesser self is what I refer to her as, starts to panic. And the part of me that doesn't feel worthy of wellness wants to sabotage. So kind of have to be careful about that. Hold on, I'm going back to that calendar a second. So if I go back, I've been doing this calendar since June. Perfectly imperfect. All right, so today's day 14 of no game playing, just clean abstinence. Praise God. Okay, so then, did I do an outreach call today? Yes, but virtually. But I supported several people. Did I have an attitude of gratitude? Beyond belief. Beyond belief. I really spent time praising God and thanking Him so much. If I was having problems, did I ask anyone for help? I wasn't having any problems. Just when it got crazy for that moment because I waited too long to eat. But I used my tools and got through it. Did I plan my food? Yes, I did. Did I help someone else today? I believe I did. Did I have an action plan in place to stay abstinent? I absolutely did, including reporting into you guys. So I appreciate you being my accountability partner. Do I have a sponsor? Not yet, but am I working the steps? I am working the steps. All right, so yay for all of that. I just wanted to say on the happiness challenge for today was to buy an extra item, which I said I had literally just done on Sunday. I donated food to the church, but I went ahead and spent $100, and it was God's money, meaning from tithing and being blessed. But I spent $100 on my students. We have a distribution day, it's called. So literally this Wednesday is distribution day. And at the end of next week, we get off for Christmas break. But I went ahead and just bought a trinket for everybody. You can get a lot at the dollar store for $100. And I got these cute little metal mailboxes for Christmas, and they have the little up flag, you know, to say that there's something there. And then I got all of them a little wooden puzzle for challenging them. And they were like 3 different kinds. So it'll be fun for the class to say, oh, which one did you get? Did you solve that? And da-da-da. And then I just got some little things to put in the mailboxes. But I was happy to do it. I know they'll be happy to get it. And that's what I did. Because for them, you know, their lives are difficult for many reasons. And there's not a total guarantee that they will get presents. I imagine they will. But I think it'll be nice to receive something simple and fun from their 6th grade teacher, whom they've never met in person. And we're already at the half-year mark. How bizarre is that? I may never have these children in person this year. And even when they go on to 7th, I'll be going, I think I recognize you, but you were in a little box. And I don't know, like 3D is a little different, right? It's so interesting. So prayers on that. Anyway, so tomorrow, again, you're going to see how many people you can smile at. I'd love for you to share in the comments tomorrow. How many people did you smile at? That would be brilliant. Okay. Because I went backwards on that, of course, I am lost in my content, but here we go. Finally, they have writing exercises, and I keep putting this list because maybe you'll want to use it again for any abstinence in your life. Can you do a checklist and see if you're on point? Because I was sharing that I was kidding myself, like for months. I was up to no good, and I had that realization this past month, and I'm so grateful for that in November. So anyway, this is actually writing exercises, and they are all worthy of taking time to write, but I'm using them as these talks. So number 7 is, what is the difference between abstinence and a plan of eating? And that is a fantastic question. My bird is whistling. That's not good. It is way too late. Why does the caged bird sing? I'm gonna have to ask her, Chick, what is up? Your dad's in bed. Are you kidding me? Complimented by a dog bark. No. Poor Dale gets up at 3 in the morning. No. Okay, anyway, the difference between abstinence and plan of eating. Well, they're both abstaining from whatever the problem is, okay, ideally. So if you have a plan of eating, then you need to know what your trigger foods are and what is your plan to refrain or abstain from those trigger foods. So it's generally what, God, really, I'm having such trouble talking tonight. I'll tell you why. A couple of things. These braces are making me crazy. Oh, gee, I didn't notice you had a mouthful of plastic. Anyway, I think I've been grinding in my sleep again, which is so sad. I've accidentally been stressed. And so these are supposed to last for 2 weeks at a time. But around day 11, which is right now, they start to tear open along the bottom teeth. And it can only be from me grinding, honestly. So I'm kind of tripping over my mouth because I'm so uncomfortable and I'm feeling all this junk. And I can't wait to switch these out, but I have to push till Thursday. Prayers welcome. Anyway, so it's largely recommended that you stay away from white flour, white sugar, any processed things, white bread, etc., like even in Overeaters Anonymous. And so the plan of eating, though, they don't give you one. Okay, they used to have a thing called the gray sheet. Now they recommend you work with a nutritionist, but they don't just give you a diet. People show up in OA and say, okay, where's the diet? I'm ready to follow my 50 billionth diet in my life. Please give it to me and fix me. And it's really unsettling when they say, sorry, there isn't one. And you're like, wait, what? Who-y, what-y? And they're like, yeah, it's per person. Your higher power, as you come to understand what you want your higher power to be, will reveal to you your better way. And you will have your individual plan. Because what triggers you doesn't trigger another. And that is really difficult at first. And it's largely recommended that you just do 3 meals a day with no snacks in between. And yet in my raw vegan lifestyle, it's recommended that you absolutely have a snack, right? So you have breakfast, lunch, a snack, and dinner. But I think you have to find what works for you. It's also recommended in the raw vegan lifestyle for me that you drink your smoothies and you have green juices and things. I, coming off of a compulsive overeating mindset, really cherish the ability to chew my food. And so I choose to actually take that smoothie, keep it in whole pieces, and throw it in a bowl and munch it down. So you know what? You just have to find your way. So the difference between abstinence, which is using your higher power for the grace of being able to abstain, reaching out with all your tools, from making an outreach call to obviously using a journal, to having a sponsor, to have an accountability buddy, like all of those things, working the 12 steps, reading the big book, going to meetings, which, you know, is such a fabulous thing, available 24/7, by the way. So when people are flipping out in the middle of the night, they can find a meeting every hour of the day, which is amazing. So the abstinence itself is all-encompassing that way. You have to, or are highly encouraged to use all the tools to succeed. And then the plan of eating is your individual plan that's based on refraining from the triggers that got you here to begin with. All right, that's my understanding. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear anything from you guys. Shout out to Annie, who always lets me know what's up. All right, people, as always, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you, and best of all, know that I pray for you and that you are blessed.